kid's Robux purchase.
Nice. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, they call me Daddy Robux. Isn't that the guy's name in Annie?
You know, I think it is.
Right? Oh my God. Is it really?
It's something. I mean, I don't think it's spelled the same.
His name was Daddy Robux, right?
Warbucks.
Warbucks. Okay.
Close enough. Daddy.
I feel like that needs to be a nickname of mine.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like that needs to be a video, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe I should make a shirt and start selling that just as Daddy Robux.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Adam? What's up, Corey? How are you guys? Welcome. What are you buying? How is everybody tonight? Oh, first time chat. What's up, RD Turch? RD Turch? Is that supposed to?
I love how you just do your best to.
I do.
Figure out how to mess them up.
And another first time chat. What was the? That's it's me Sav. It's me Savate. Savate. It's me Savate. A piece of 8. I've decoded it. A piece of 8. Isn't that like what a coin is called in why am I forgetting the name of the pirate game?
Sea of Thieves?
No. Well, I think it is called
Bones?
Is a piece of 8 in Sea of Thieves also? I thought it was in Guybrush Threepwood. He's the main character. Why am I forgetting the name of that wonderful game? No. What's up?
Monkey Island?
Monkey Island. Yeah. Pirates. Is that Pirates of the Caribbean too? I'm good, tired and sick. You're good, tired, and sick? Huh.
He's good, tired, as well as sick.
All right, Rob. I'm into it. Corey Roach says yes. Hi, Michelle. How are you? What's up, Kev? So after 3 nights of taking Flexeril, my head and neck have not gotten any better. So I've now been scheduled for a CT scan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Not really. I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah.
Trying to help make you feel better.
Had a long phone conversation with Dr. Mod about all of this because he's a doctor, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I always have him look over everything for me. Yeah. So off to the CT scanner I go.
I'll do it.
I need acupuncture. You know, Dr. Mod actually suggested that to me.
Ugh. No thanks. Can't do that.
No?
Nope. I'm not a needles guy.
Oh, me neither.
Did we have this conversation when I was out there about tattoos?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm planning on getting one. I'm so to set the stage, I am like phobia of needles. Like I can't control it. If we sit here and talk about getting a needle at the doctor too much, like my palms get sweaty. I start feeling nauseous inside. I can't do it. The way that I've gotten like my flu shot and different things in the past is I literally just watch YouTube videos for a couple weeks leading up to it. Like literally at night, I will just put on
YouTube videos of people getting shots.
Yep. Just exposure therapy.
Good boy.
It's super weird.
Wow.
But then I'm able to like get through it and it's fine. But every single time that I've watched videos, that I've watched people getting tattoos, my brain does not have the same reaction. So I want to get one and see what happens.
Okay, you should.
Yeah.
Well, a tattoo is very surface level. When you get a shot or something, it's kind of gross, really, when you think about it. There's something real fucking heebie-jeebie about it.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. It's not normal. You're not
Yeah.
supposed like
Yeah.
I'm definitely not like people. Yes, you should get shots. I believe in like medicine. And
Uh-oh, here we go. We're
what
going down
doctors
that
are
road.
telling, what doctors tell you. I just don't like the idea of like a piece of metal going into my body. Like it's just not a normal process, right? That's one of these things. Like why? With all this advancement in technology and the world, has nobody figured out a better way to give
you a vaccine?
yes.
No.
Like
Because
what?
that's the easiest way.
Why is that the easiest
Bam. Yeah,
way?
it's the quickest way to get it in your bloodstream.
Like, please just figure a better way out
Yeah.
so I don't have to
I've
stick a little
had
piece of
plenty of
metal.
diabetic friends and family members, and I've watched them just like
Yeah.
year after year, fucking,
Mhm.
you know, giving themselves insulin shots, and I'm always like, ugh.
Sorry.
I'm not a big fan of needles either.
Yeah.
I don't mind
definitely not.
tattoos. Obviously, I'm covered
Yeah.
in them. You know,
Mhm.
like all the way across
Yeah.
down my sides, and
That gives me hope
Oops.
that like there's that there's other, people that don't like needles that can get tattoos. That makes me
Yeah.
feel better.
I'm not a fan of the shots. Although when I got my flu shot this year, the nurse practitioner who gave me the flu shot,
Yeah.
like, I just wanted to be like, fucking, you deserve an award.
Oh yeah.
Because it was the most like fucking. She came over and she swabbed
Yeah.
and then put the Band-Aid on. And I was like,
Yeah.
you forgot the part. And she's like, oh no, I already gave you the shot. I'm like, what?
That was actually the last shot that I got too. Like I went in and I'm like, like not doing well, and I just tell her, I'm like, please just hurry up and do it. And she got done and she put the bandage on and I was like, wait a second, like that was it? And I just I almost started like tearing up. I was
Yeah.
just so happy.
I wanted to give this lady an award
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh man.
What the hell? It's not. These kids in these. We were just talking about this before stream. I came up with a new name for myself with my kids. It's Daddy Robux.
Yep.
I thought that was a pretty good one. Daddy Robux. Not to be
That's
confused with.
good.
I thought at first I was like, wait, that's the dude from Annie, right? The old bald guy. That was Daddy Robux. But we looked it up and it's Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing.
How old do you think that guy was in the movie?
Oh God, younger than me.
Because you just said the old guy.
Yeah, younger than me, right?
Let's see. Oh, it says that in the movie he was supposed to be around the age of 52.
He was supposed to be.
Yeah,
but
that's
how
what
old
the
was
character
the actor?
was. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, so not substantially older than me, but freeing the nips again.
I don't know. It's gonna take me way too long to actually
Do the math and shit.
figure this out. Like,
well, Annie came out in 1986, and he was born in 1932, and so that made him, yeah. I am Daddy Robux. I'm gonna make shirts that say Daddy Robux. Speaking of shirts, if you want a Tofre 31 days with Tofre shirt or sweater, tomorrow is the last day before they are gone forever.
whoa.
Gone forever.
That was a little bit aggressive there.
Yeah. That's the whole point. It's like Fortnite. Once this skin's gone, it's gone. And then as of the 1st, the his and hers Thanksgiving shirts will be available through the month of November.
So if it's just like Fortnite, I just need to get Daddy V-Bucks to give me some money to go and get some.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna work on that.
All right. So what's on the agenda tonight?
The good thing is
aside from getting flu shots and shit.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about other medical procedures, and
I got a vasectomy. I can tell the whole story in detail. It's interesting.
Again, that's a Discord only. We have to clarify for everybody. If you want that story, you'll have to be in the Discord server for the after show.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you all about the little apron and the everything. It's entertaining.
Again, that's another one that I just okay. All right. So
wait, Adam has a question about that. Like a serious question. Okay. What's your serious question? It's serious.
Okay.
I used a bag of peas, not an ice pack, if that's the question. Okay, just DM me about it.
Okay.
So there seriously, staying on topic of content creation.
Oh, okay. Yep.
There is something that has been bugging me today. That's kind of like stuck in my craw a little bit.
Okay.
And I made it. I produced a new episode of Topher Talk that I haven't done a Topher Talk in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since and last night when I was setting up the stream, I was like, I'm just going to set this right here and we're going to talk about this whole thing because it was getting under my skin a little bit. And that's this whole Halo campaign evolved or whatever the hell it's called. And
I love the fact that in that whole video you couldn't get the name right.
No, I didn't. I knew people know what I was talking about. What is it called? It's Campaign Evolved, right?
Campaign Evolved. Yeah.
Yeah. What did I say? Combat Remastered or something?
Yeah, I think you tried everything to get.
I knew it wasn't going to be a video that I edit,
yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to wing it. But I'll make this a quick rant.
Okay.
By quick, like at least be done in 50 minutes. But there's this whole sentiment around the fact that Microsoft is bringing their flagship title to other platforms, as Microsoft or Xbox as a brand has given up, has thrown in the towel, has waving the white flag, admitting defeat. The list goes on. I watched some very reputable game journalists make comments that were like, this is really bringing out the 15-year-old in people. Because that's, like that's how old some of us were when this game came out. We were in our teens and stuff. And that's when the console wars were hot. I don't think some people got the memo that the console wars fucking ended a long time ago. Like, this hasn't been a thing for a very long time. If you're keeping the console wars alive, that's on you, brother.
Yeah.
Or sister. But it led me, I was looking at the video and like checking out some of the comments and stuff, and it kind of led me to this, like, this is so relatable when it comes to making content or creating content for the internet, whether it be video or audio or whatever. Because you made a comment to me one time when we first started working together. You said, and you sent me a video that really amplified this, and you said, on this journey, it's very likely you're not going to find anybody else that is going to understand what it is that you're doing. Because, well, for many reasons, but most people just won't understand it. And I thought, like, wow. And then you sent me this video of like a dude even talking about like his spouse not understanding it. And like, it was a video that you watch these people. I don't watch them, but it was a couple. It was a really good video. They create content. It was when you were first coaching me, like when we first started.
Okay. Keep describing.
Anyway,
I'm trying
very good video. And they were talking about how on this journey, it's a very lonesome journey because people don't understand it. Very few people understand it. And as time goes on, more people are going to start understanding what content is. It's sort of like AI right now, right? Like, we don't really know what to do with it. Most people are just afraid of it because they think it's going to replace them. And I heard somebody the other day, actually it was Tony Robbins, made a comment about AI and the future of AI, and it was a really interesting comment that I thought put a really interesting perspective on things. And that is, most people are afraid they're going to be replaced by AI. That's most people's fear when you hear AI.
Yeah.
But the truth is, which you don't think about and what most people don't understand because we're still in that fear phase, is that we're not going to be replaced by AI. We're going to be replaced by somebody who understands how to use AI.
Mm.
So it's still a person that just understands the tools better than
Yeah.
you do or we do. And so that kind of like leads me to this long roundabout point that I'm getting to.
Okay, I'm glad you're bringing it back around.
This whole Xbox thing really reminds me that the comments that I'm seeing on this are things like Xbox is really messed up. Xbox is in a really weird place. Xbox has failed. What was the other one that I just saw? Xbox is losing so many fans. They're making so many mistakes. They've made so many foul ups that they're just hemorrhaging fans at this point, right?
Mm.
And my comment to every single one of these videos is, that's how you know that they're on the right path, because people are fucking scared. People don't know. Like, the gaming industry is in a weird place right now. And that is sort of a stalemate where it's been for like the last 2 decades, where it's been Nintendo, Sony, PlayStation. Nintendo games on Nintendo, Sony games on Sony, and Xbox, Microsoft games on the Xbox. Nothing really new. We've had like 3 console generations now. It's really since the PS2, maybe into the PS3, PS4, PS5 era, and the Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Series X era. That arc, really not a whole lot has happened. We got better graphics, I suppose, but nothing really to like move the industry forward as a whole. There's been no moments like the Netflix moment.
Sure.
In for games. I mean, sort of with Game Pass Ultimate, but then people are like all pissed off that Game Pass Ultimate costs so much money, right?
Yeah.
But there hasn't been that CD moment where like all of a sudden we're buying stuff on CD instead of cassette tapes or records, or the Netflix moment of like, we don't have to go nowhere to watch our movies anymore. We just queue it up on this. We really haven't had that.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's right or wrong, whether it ends up being right or wrong, Microsoft is taking that leap, in my opinion. Like it or not. And most of the time when something is outside of the zone of comfort, we don't like it. As a species, we just don't like to be in discomfort. My neck's been hurting, man. Trust me. Like, I don't like to be in discomfort either. But in order to make changes, you have to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's how we see growth. And that's like, it's so relatable to me as a content creator who has gone through these phases of like, people think I'm crazy when I said 2 years ago that this is what I was going to do for a living. They're just like, well, you're going to be on the internet, but like, for what? Like, how are you going to make money doing that? How's that sustainable? And I'm like, well, I can't explain it. I could explain it to you, but you're not going to understand. And so I look at Microsoft, and regardless of whether obviously I don't want to pay more money for stuff, but games have been $60 since the dawn of games. Actually, there were more than that back when I was a teenager. They were like $70 or $80. And there's still that cost today. And then one of the companies is bold enough to kind of make that step, which was sort of Nintendo this time. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's like fucking up in arms. Oh, they're pissed off. And then everybody else follows suit. PlayStation raises the cost of their stuff. Xbox, we see inflation, blah, blah, blah. But now we're at this point where, what a weird mentality to think. How dare they put my game, my Xbox game, on that shitty console? Yeah. That ruins it for me. I don't want to play it no more. I'm not a Microsoft person anymore. I'm not a Halo person. Halo has lost me because more people are going to play it
Yeah.
because it's going to be accessible. How does that affect? I don't understand how that affects a person who is like a core Microsoft gamer.
Yeah.
Watch these really intelligent game journalists sit there and talk about this like it's 2002 and we're in the heat of the console wars, or even better yet, it's 95 and Nintendo and Sega are at each other's throats. Like, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? It seems to me, and I catch a lot of heat for saying this, but it seems to me like Microsoft is trying something that's pretty smart. They're putting their games everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a good business move to me.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. I'm glad that you brought, your story all the way back around to Halo, but I'm gonna try to bring it all the way full circle and bring it back to the actual topic of our show today.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about some of the metrics around content creation and
Yep.
focusing in on the metrics that actually matter. And just to reiterate that the differences that we have and what we're bringing to SideQuest strategy, you bringing the feelings aspects, the creativity aspects of content creation, and me typically bringing the metrics and the analytics and that and the technical kind of stuff. The metrics are what I look at and I see. That's where my head immediately goes on decisions like this. And I look at people having these conversations about, well, why do they feel this way and how is this making the gamers feel and their loyal community? And I look at them and I look at people and I just, if you think that Microsoft is looking at anything but the most important metrics, you have fallen to marketing.
Yeah.
You are living in a fantasy world. And if you are not, if you don't understand that Microsoft is looking at the money marker, the metric that matters the most to them and their shareholders, and doing the research and figuring out what is going to make them the most money and the most profitable, they're a business.
Right.
Microsoft is not
This is
here
what
to
businesses are created for.
yeah, Microsoft is not here to fuel a console war. They're not here to pump you up to hate on PlayStation. Microsoft is not here to do anything but make money.
But
So
sell you games,
yeah, exactly.
right? Like, that's the goal.
Yeah.
And for
So,
people to not understand that, like,
yeah.
do you want to sell 5 million copies of Halo for the Xbox Series X or 15 million copies of Halo for the Xbox, the PC, and the PlayStation?
I also think okay, so just now to go back a little bit off topic, this whole Halo on PlayStation thing is super interesting to me, just in the idea of who do you think is actually buying Halo on the PlayStation and playing it for the first time?
Not very many people, honestly.
Not very many people, right?
That's at least that's my thought.
So like I don't even understand this idea of like Halo's only for the Xbox players. No, it's Halo is for anybody that has played a video game in the last
Yeah.
20 years. Like chances are they've probably played it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Even the people who were PlayStation people played Halo.
yeah.
I had those friends. They came over to my house to play Halo.
I don't know. It's not like, this is actually an exclusive club and like half the people of the world.
Now everybody in here's like, me.
I mean, sure, obviously there's going to be, people that haven't played it or whatever. But sorry,
it's a very interesting thing. Hi.
Yeah.
Are you looking to say hi?
Hi,
Okay.
Zora.
Yeah. So it's just my whole point in that is, you should always do. They're not, like you just said, Microsoft isn't looking at the metric of fan happiness.
Yeah.
Because fan happiness, let's just be straight. Fan happiness is not going to make all the money.
Yeah, unless they have an analyst on the back end that has tied years of data of saying, if we put this survey out for fan happiness and fan happiness goes up, correlates with money going up, then yes, they do care about fan happiness. But
sure, yeah, okay.
yeah.
For that metric, yes.
Yeah.
But it's like I relate this to creating content because when I make videos, and I've said this before, I think here, when I make videos, I don't think about like, what do people want to see? What are the most amount of people wanting to see now? Like, I don't put a poll up and go like, which video do you want to see next? You know, like I love taking suggestions. I love hearing people's, because sometimes it does, you know, but I don't look at the like, here's what I think the masses are going to want. And then I'm going to make that. I mean, if that were the case, a lot of these Nintendo, Microsoft, like there has to be an envelope that gets pushed a little bit that most of the time, like we're seeing now, or like we've seen a number of times over history, that pisses people off and everybody gets worked up and upset about. I remember a time, I'm old enough to remember a time when people said, who the fuck is going to buy their groceries on the internet?
Right.
And now we all shop on the internet. That's the majority of where shopping is done. When like Web 2.0 hit and you had like the pets.com craze and like the existence of Amazon being born and all these things, people were just like, that's it's crazy. Nobody's ever going to do that. We've got stores for that. We walk into stores and we do our shopping at stores. And now, you know, like this TENS machine I'm wearing on my back right now was ordered on Amazon and it got here in a day. I didn't have to walk into a store to buy it. Yep. And so the things that, like, just a reminder, the things that we think are a little bit or a lot bit crazy right now are the things that we're going to look at in 10, 20 years as shit we can't live without. If you would have told our grandparents that we were going to have mini computers in our pockets all the time, that was also a cell phone, that you could also do that Star Trek shit where you talk to somebody to their face like this,
right?
They'd be like, no way. There's no, why do you need that? We have our landline inside, you know, and now fucking people there. I've seen challenges online of people doing boredom challenges where they're like, watch this, guys. I'm going to do something crazy epic. I'm going to set my phone down for 15 minutes and then I'm going to sit here and see how long I can handle it. And they're just like, I'm starting to get itchy, man. And it's like, what the fuck? This is how we grew up. Like, I didn't have any of this shit. It's like an extreme version of the ice bucket challenge, right? Where these people are like dumping ice water in their head and see how they can handle it. I'm going to put my phone right here for 5 minutes. Watch, I'm not going to touch it. And it's like, now, and now, like, we live in a day where, like, you know, this is the norm. So the shit that we think is crazy right now is the stuff that our kids are going to find like you can't live without.
Yeah.
And the things that you think are going to destroy the civilization or end the world or replace us at all of our jobs, like, this is a fucking crazy thing that I'm about to say here. But AI in the future is going to actually create more jobs than it replaces. We just don't see that yet because it's a tool that it eventually will. Right now it's in this weird place of like, it's kind of replacing art, and that's fucked up, which it is. That it's always like, well, does it apply to this? Let's try it. I don't know about that. Does it apply to this? And it, like, what we're finding out is AI is a tool. AI is that thing that, like, I could take a picture of the fucking mole on my arm and AI is going to scan it and go, you're good. It's not cancer.
Yeah.
That's what AI is going to do. And in the very near future, we're going to look back at this. We're going to be like, fuck, man, how did we ever live without that shit?
I mean, I already know. I mean, lots of people that can't live without ChatGPT or,
yeah, for sure.
You know, just the being able to take a picture of something and
Have it tell you what it is.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
there's all that kind of stuff that people can't live without already. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So let's talk about metrics.
all right, let's do it. So so one of the things that, again, I mean, we've had, this is episode number 8 of this show. We've already been doing this for 2 months now, and I feel like we've I mean, lacked a little bit on, some of these harder types of skills and analytics, and different things for creators. We've talked a lot about very creative, all the very high, not high level. What's the words I'm even looking for at this point? The the um, the actual creative part, right? But at the end of the day, I think it's really important that if people want to reach their goals, if people want to, make money or do those kinds of things with their content, it's important to at least be familiar enough with some of the metrics and analytics on the back end of all of these things, so you know what's going on.
Which is exactly why you and I are doing this together.
Exactly.
Because when we met, I don't even think I knew how to look at analytics.
Yeah.
I still really don't know how to look at analytics. But like you said, we've up to this point, we've talked a lot about the creative process and how all of that works and how we approach it. And that's all I ever really focused on. It's still really all I focus on.
Yeah. Sure.
And it wasn't until we started working together that you were like, well, like, what if you look at this YouTube video and you look at the retention graph and you see, at the very end, the last 5 minutes of this long form video, it's like you just lost the retention of most of your viewers. And I'm like, oh yeah, but in my brain, I'm like, well, but they watched 70% of it, so like that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And then and then there's like back end processes that happen because of those analytics that then maybe get your video a little less exposure because that number isn't a little bit higher. So then like the idea of like, well, what if you just removed the last 5 minutes of the video and see what happens? And then you realize like, oh, then it changes everything, right? Like your retention is more like this instead of like this. And all of those things were all things that were like a year and a half into my content creation journey.
Yeah.
Were like, I didn't understand a lot of that.
Yeah.
I always looked at it like, I put out this video brought in this many users, new people to the community, new subscribers and new followers or whatever. That's how I always looked at it. But in reality, like we've talked in the past, just because you have a video, I've had videos that have done like, I don't know, that PlayStation 1's 13 million views or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at that video, and maybe I have to look at the analytics of that one, so maybe this is a bad example, but you look at that one, right, and you see how many new people have watched that video as opposed to returning people, and how many follows you got from that. But then you look at a video that does half as well, or not even half as well, like Mystery Plant Theater, for instance, is a video that on Instagram did like not even a tenth of that. I think it did maybe 1 million views or something. But I gained way more of a community from that video than I did from the one that did 12, 13 million views. But my brain didn't like, it didn't equate for me. Like, numbers are numbers, right? Like the higher the number, the better. But that's really not the case.
Yeah.
There's so
Analytics are wild.
There's so many other things that go into like what do we consider a successful video? And I guess really at the end of the day, the answer to that is, well, what kind of success are you looking for? But yeah, let's talk about like what are let's say the top 3 most important analytics for people to be looking at when releasing videos.
So, I mean, one thing that I wanted to just mention, like even before we talk about analytics, is just like you were talking about, you didn't look at analytics at all, right? Like you're still talking about, you're not super familiar
Thanks,
with a
Adam.
lot of these analytics, right?
Right.
Um, is that even something that creators need to do? Is getting into analytics something that people absolutely need to do to be successful? And I think, again, you're the example of, no, you don't necessarily need to get into analytics. And honestly, I wouldn't worry. I personally wouldn't worry about analytics until you are um, well into your content creation journey, right? Like there's no reason to make one post and then spend days in the analytics trying to figure out what happened with that video, right?
Yes.
What happened
Okay.
with that post.
Which is another great point,
Mhm.
because once I did sort of delve into analytics a little bit, um, I got I got a little syndrome that is called what's like the phrase that I'm looking for.
The
Uh,
analysis
there
paralysis,
it is,
or
analysis
yeah.
paralysis, where it was like, oh man, I'm overthinking
Mhm.
everything now,
Yeah.
because I'm like thinking about like, oh, but if the hook starts in at 8 seconds instead of 6 seconds,
Mhm.
then I might lose. And then
Yeah.
I started watching videos of Mr. Beast talking, and then I really fucking went
Oh, yeah.
downhill. And then all of a
Well,
sudden I'm not making any videos because I'm thinking too much about it.
exactly. Yeah. And I mean, before a certain point, before you get, there's no like obviously perfect number out there, but until you get tens, I would say tens and tens of videos out, or if the videos is what you're creating, like you need that kind of
Up, Josh.
volume to be able to get valuable information from
Hmm.
those analytics. Otherwise, you're just literally looking at a number and you have nothing to compare it to, right? So I think that that's just one of those things that I want to get out of the way and like clear the air for everybody. Like this is not one of those things that you should be looking at day 2 of your journey. Like day 1 is post your first video. Day 2, scour through the analytics. Like no, just focus on
Hmm.
content creation.
Which I think I'm glad that I didn't start doing
Yeah.
that until like I was a year and a half into it, because it can be very daunting.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
definitely think the way to start making content is to just fucking start making content.
Yeah.
That is 100% the
Yeah.
best way to do it. Don't overthink
Sure.
anything. At least not until you have a lot of them under your belt
Yeah.
and you're comfortable with your process. Then you can start refining your process.
For sure. Okay, so let's get back to some of the top analytics that at least we think that beginners, people that are newer to content creation, should at least get familiar with and actually look at. So I don't know if you have any favorites that you want to talk about, but I definitely have my favorites that
Yeah,
I want to talk
let's hear
about.
yours, and I'll
Okay, all
see
right.
where mine lines
So
up.
I obviously have most of my professional background is in YouTube, so those are a lot of the metrics that I look at, and like long form videos have a lot of different analytics than like all the short form, um, all of the vertical video type of stuff, but. It, all of these can be kind of translated into what it means on the other platforms, but the first, and I think one of probably the second most important analytic for me is just the what you call on YouTube the click through rate. But really, what it is just people getting into your content. A couple weeks ago, we did a show on talking about the hook of your video, right? Getting
Mhm.
people hooked onto your content. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be pictures, it could be music, it could be a video, short form, long form. Like that hook, getting people interested and engaged with your content is probably one of the most important things, probably the first thing that you should be looking at, right? It's the cover of your book. When people go to the library or to a bookstore to pick out a new book, like you're looking at the cover, right? To the picture on the cover, you're looking at the text, the title, you're reading the back cover, what the description is, see if you're interested in diving in and paying attention to this book. It's the another Oh my gosh, somebody I worked with a long time ago said, when after we had talked about titles and thumbnails for so long, they literally sent me a picture from the grocery store, of the aisle with all the cereal boxes. And they're like, after having these conversations about titles and thumbnails, all I see in the cereal aisle is just thumbnails on all these cereal boxes.
Yeah.
They're trying to be as bright as possible, as engaging, just eye-catching, so that you look at them and you pick them up and you want to try that cereal. You
Mhm.
wanna try that. So that's probably the one of the most I think one of the most important analytics that you can look at when it comes to social media, especially when it comes to, video content, is that hook. When it comes to, like, long form content, we're talking more about the, like, title, thumbnail, and hook combination. So literally just getting people into your content, getting them
Mhm.
interested, making sure that they actually get to and watch your video, right? Putting it in YouTube terms of the title and thumbnail, like that's one of the most important things, right? I always I'm sure I've obviously told you, Chris, but I'm sure that I've talked about it on this show already too. That social media and content creation is so much like a funnel. The more people that you can get into the top of the funnel, more are going to fall down to your final call to action at the end of the video, right? Whether that
Mhm.
call to action is like and subscribe, whether it's leave a comment, whether it's click on my email list, whether it's go to my website, buy from my affiliate link, whatever that call to action is. The more people that get into your funnel, the more people are going to make it to your call to action. They're going to get to the part that you want them to get to. And that hook, that title thumbnail, of your YouTube video, that's where that funnel starts. So the more people that you can get in at the top, just like any other sales funnel, right? The
Yep.
more people that you can get in at the top of the funnel, the more people are going to fall down to the bottom of the sales funnel. So I think that's one of the most important analytics that you can look at.
I love, and it really doesn't mean much because you've actually taught me the long game, but I love looking at. There's one, and I don't even know if there's a name for the analytic, but you can do this on YouTube and you can do this on Instagram. You can look at each video and see how many new people
Mm,
started following you from that video, or on YouTube it'd be how many people subscribe to you from
mhm,
that video. That metric always is very entertaining to me. It doesn't mean a
mm,
lot in the long run because, like you said, it's not necessarily the video that people follow you on that matters, because chances are they've already seen 3 or 4 or 5 of your videos before that.
yeah.
This was just finally the one where they were like, I like this enough. I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna follow along. So that sometimes is just the nail in the coffin or whatever.
Mm,
But it is always fascinating to me to
yeah.
look at that and go like, huh? Because I've had videos that give me negative numbers.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And that's such an interesting metric too, that you can pull so much out of. It's not literally just a number of like, okay, this video was successful because it had the most subscribers or followers, right? Just like you were mentioning before. There's so many little nuances that you can pull out of it, because depending on what kind of video it was, depending on the topic that you talked about, depending on how you started the video, there's those little nuances that could be, just like you said, create a better community that you're looking for, a more engaged community, versus just people following you because of, you know, you randomly decided to ask people to subscribe, so that
Mhm.
gets more people to subscribe. But if this one over here, people actually like your content and they just organically subscribe, like that's a big deal.
Well, and that's the other thing too, right? Is what is your definition of a successful video or a successful piece of content? Because for some people, none of that matters. It's like how much money did how much AdSense did the video bring in or whatever. But I always look at it like I love asking people in this community, what was the very first video you ever saw of mine?
Yeah.
Like, what was the video that sold you on like this community? Because like 9 times out of 10, the people who are here and are here every night, it's usually not one that's like, some mega massive viral. Like, I can't remember. Michelle, are you still here? I can't remember if I asked you which video it was. I'm pretty sure it was a plant video. It might have been Mystery Plant. Finding Robbie was the SimCity videos. And see, like in my mind, like I don't consider that series that was one of my. I probably had the most fun with the SimCity videos, but that definitely wasn't like. I don't look back at those and go, yeah, those were some of my biggest hits.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to see like what videos it was that like, put you on somebody's radar. Dylan, nothing fancy. Like it was a video that I made about the Grand Theft Auto Vice City soundtrack. Famicom videos. Do you remember which one it was?
Man, I can't wait to find out what the first video of yours I'll watch is going to be.
Someday.
One of these days I'll watch.
Someday I'll hook you. Yeah, see Michelle's Mystery Plant.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting, like, and here these people like you guys are like friends now, and like it's just such an interesting like tight-knit community.
Yeah.
And to know that like it was like that one SimCity video, or whatever.
So
weird.
Here's another YouTube specific analytic that kind of ties into a little bit of this, but it's probably going to be one of those that's going to blow your mind, and you're going to be like, "What? That exists? I can't wait to see that." There's an analytic that is average views per viewer. So every video, YouTube tracks how many other videos of yours that person,
any given person would watch.
Yeah. So every video that leads to another video counts towards that video's average views per video.
I see.
So when a video of yours leads people to click into your profile, watch another one of your videos, leads them down the rabbit hole of your channel, the score of that video basically goes up. It's average views per viewer. What is this? Something, one of those. God dang, I should have looked it up.
That sounds like incredibly confusing.
Yeah.
But it makes total sense.
Yeah.
The one that I want to know is, I want to know which videos are the ones that didn't make anybody come watch any more videos.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Views per viewer. Yeah. So, I mean, it'll tell you literally, whether it was just this one video, average of 1.3 videos, 1.9 videos after they watched this video. 3 videos, it depends on what that video is.
A lot of Dr. Mod fans here.
Yeah.
Paisano's first video was a Dr. Mod video. Krajude's was a Dr. Mod video. Dr. Mod is awesome. He's really helping me with my neck issue.
Oh, that's good.
My head and neck issue. Yeah. That's so many different metrics to look at.
Again, those are the kinds of things that, again, I would not recommend anybody get into unless you are like me and just love looking at this stuff. rather than making content, because like this stuff,
It's a rabbit hole.
yeah, it really is. The only here's another thing that I tell a lot of people is most of these analytics, like by themselves, just looking at them, just staring at them, don't help you. Don't help you at all. There's a lot that um when you just look at them, it's hard to get valuable information out
Mhm.
of that. But when you have a question about your content, hey, should I do this? Hey, should I make another video like this or should I do a video like this? Where should I put this? Where should I put the graphics in my videos? What should I? When you have a specific question about your content, that's where like there's analytics to answer that question. You just have to figure out which ones they are.
Mhm.
There's an analytic that can answer every single question about your content. You just need to go and, ask that question, figure out the specific analytics that's going to answer that question. But just
Yeah.
looking at most of these analytics at face value just don't give you like a crazy amount of good, valuable information. So
Yeah, you have to kinda know what you're looking for
yeah,
and,
yeah,
like, know if I would have found all of those analytics before we met,
yeah,
I would have been like, "Why would you need to know about any of this
yeah,
stuff?"
exactly.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that, yeah, you can definitely get lost in the weeds. So
But
that's why we wanted to talk about, some of these top metrics that beginners should probably look at least become familiar with.
right. Yeah. What would
So,
you say, from your opinion, somebody who does look at the metrics a lot and loves analytics, for somebody who would be diving into their analytics, let's say I just realized my camera's not charging right now.
uh-oh,
It's probably fine. If it goes dark, we'll know.
it's fine.
Um, what would you say for somebody who's maybe been creating for a little while? Let's say Trek, for instance, who's starting to get a good number of videos under their belt. If he wanted to go dive into analytics, what are the ones that he should be paying attention to the most?
So we already mentioned, at least specifically for YouTube, is being that click-through rate. Um, and or the like first 3 seconds of a short form video, just that hook getting people in. But really the second one that I tell people all the time is you need to look at your average view duration of your videos. That retention graph literally shows where people are watching your video, where they're leaving your video, where they are skipping towards, skipping back to, all that kind of stuff, right? And the reason that this is so important comes back to the main metric that all businesses care about is money. And that's what all of these social media platforms, just like we were talking about Microsoft earlier, all of these social media platforms are businesses. They're trying to make money. And the way that they make money is by keeping people on their platform. So the better that you can do that, the more that those platforms really like your content and want to keep you in
Reward
front
you,
of
yeah.
other people's eyes. They want to put your content in front of audiences so that because they know that you are the best at keeping people on their platform. So by studying and being familiar with and looking at these retention graphs that for your video. So again, I don't know how basic I need to try to explain a retention graph, but it's literally just a graph that shows a percentage of how many people started watching at the beginning of your video versus how many people were watching at 5 seconds in, 30 seconds in, 45 seconds in, 5 minutes, however long your video is. It shows you all the way along your video what percentage of people that started your video are still watching your video at that moment in time.
Mhm.
And if you get familiar with what those look like for your videos and start noticing patterns in every time I do this type of thing, my viewership just my retention graph just goes down, just
Mhm.
goes straight down. Every time I do this specific thing, it flattens out and people stay and they're watching the video. The more that you notice those types of things and patterns and what you're doing that makes people leave and doing less of those things, and notice what things you're doing that keep that line flat and keep people watching, and do more of those things. um, it's a win-win-win solution situation all the way around, right? People are watching your videos for longer. They're way more engaged. People are enjoying your videos. Your audience likes that. And the platform loves that you are keeping people on their platform for them. So it's just it's a win-win-win every way that you look at it. So
the other metric that I really do enjoy looking at now, that I didn't pay attention to before, that you actually kind of brought to my attention, not because you thought I should look at it, but because you were looking it up one day, is how people are discovering your video.
Yeah.
I had that GameStop short where I was like just wandering around the mall with the boys, and we walked into a GameStop and grabbed a couple games off the shelf. It really wasn't anything special, but for some reason it did really well on YouTube.
What was the game that you picked up? It was like it
The Thing.
or The Thing. There you go. That's
Yeah.
I knew it was something like that.
And it was like,
Yeah.
why does this video have hundreds of thousands of views? I don't understand. Like, what is it about this video? And you came back to me with like some weird statistic of like the discoverability of this video. Most of it came from like it being shared or something through Facebook or something like that. It was some weird thing. It was like off app thing that like, you know, you look at an anomaly like that and you go, how did this happen? But really the metrics are all there to sort of spell it out for you. You can see how it happened. You could see how that video was spiraled out from one little thing that happened, you know, on a different platform or whatever the case may be.
Gets shared in the right email thread or, you know, subreddit, and enough people click on it, and
metrics are interesting.
Knowing where those are coming from is cool.
So before we hop over to Discord. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions about metrics? Somebody asked a question there that I didn't have the answer to.
Oh,
I don't remember what it was. It was something like
yapping, so
it was something like how do you post Twitch on YouTube? Something like that, right?
Oh, but how do I get my Twitch videos to post on YouTube?
Actually, you can upload them directly from Twitch.
Yeah. You go into your dashboard somewhere, wherever those VODs are.
I think it's under
dashboard. Content. Content. Video producer. Yeah, you click the three little dots, and you're able to literally just push.
Yep.
It's like send over to YouTube or whatever it is.
Yep.
Otherwise, you can download
for quite some time.
Yeah, download them and upload them, you know, manually to YouTube as well.
Yep.
Or you do something like what we're doing right now, and you just stream to both platforms. So we're currently on Twitch. We're as well streaming to the SideQuest Strategy YouTube channel. So that the VOD of that is just going to live on that channel as well. So automatically.
The dad VOD. Yeah, that's what you call a dad joke right there. This is Daddy Robux right here. Watch out for Daddy Robux. I've been watching your shorts for a while now and finally decided to check out your lives. Well, welcome. Still sounds confusing, but definitely interesting. It's a little confusing, but the more you dig into it, the more you mess with it, the easier, the more understandable it becomes.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, again, hopefully, if you come away with anything today, it's really just thinking about your audience and what they're watching and what they're interested in. And the more that you can look at something like a retention graph or something like the thumbnail that you're putting on your video, and figure out that like this kind of thumbnail works better for me than this kind of thumbnail on this kind of video. And then you start doing more of that, and you're just always iterating and trying to find something that's better. Like that's how you improve, right? Like,
yeah,
you just try to get, 1% better every time you post a piece of content.
I'm thinking about doing some YouTube this year and get my channel monetized. You should,
You
Frostbite
should.
Fanatic. You should totally do it.
Absolutely.
There's never been a better time.
I was just thinking about starting a new channel, and I think I'm going to do it.
Oh?
A new YouTube channel.
Oh?
Yep.
What about what?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
because I'm not going to tell anybody.
Because I'm going to steal it?
No, you're definitely not going to steal it. But I just I'm
Hibachi grilling.
I'm not going to tell anybody.
Oh, okay.
No. It's going to be a very this is going to be the first time I've like restarted a brand new other than all the SideQuest stuff here we've been doing. Really just restarted one from the ground up and just tried to do it the right way.
What?
See a body on the couch. You can't see the body on the couch over there. What?
Uh-oh. Michelle's got you locked in.
This body on the couch. This up here. Yeah. They're fine. They're not like dead bodies. They're just little cartoon guys. They kind of look like little like Among Us guys. So they're kind of stubby. It's not.
Topher, for college, I work with Premiere Pro. Would that help me with content creation in any way? I am well versed in the program and want to apply it to a hobby. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
There are lots of things that you can do with Premiere Pro. In fact, I am not super well versed in Premiere Pro, but I wish I was. I think Matt uses it for some stuff.
Yeah, video editing is one of those things that is one of the things, like I need to pronounce that the right way and put the emphasis on the word. Video editing is one of the reasons that keeps people from like posting content or doing it long term. I think is just the tediousness and the learning of that skill. So if that's a skill that you already have, that can be a huge benefit.
For sure. Definitely. You're right. The amount of people that have been like, well, I don't know how to edit, so I'm not going to make any videos. It's like, well, then don't edit your videos. Make a video that doesn't need to be edited.
Yeah, but that's a lot harder than to,
You just have to do a bunch of them.
Yeah, you have to do a lot. Yep.
You have to do a bunch of them. It's not easy. It's like saying I want to be able to bench 450 pounds. Well, it's like you got to start,
Yeah.
You got to start with 100 first, do a bunch of reps, and then eventually you work your way there.
Yeah.
Total Trek. Ain't that the truth?
It is. We don't lie up here. We only
can't figure out how to start editing. Well, I can tell you right now, the easiest way is to start editing.
Ouch.
That sounds weird, right? But choose, ask a bunch of people. What app do you edit with? What app do you edit? What app do you edit? Do your research, look online, what apps can edit. And then, you look at the people who are successful at what they're doing and you model.
Yeah.
So, if you poll 50 successful people who can successfully edit a video and 20 of them are using whatever, they're using Premiere, or they're using Final Cut, or they're using LumaFusion, whatever it is, then it's easy to go, oh, well, I'll just pick that and go from there. Yeah. Because I learned how to edit on Final Cut, but that's a desktop. I mean, maybe there is a mobile app for it now. I don't know, but I learned, that's what they taught us on in film school was Final Cut Pro. And so when I wanted to start, editing stuff a little more on the fly and not sitting down at a computer, I looked for something that was like a mobile equivalent to Final Cut Pro. And I found LumaFusion, and it turns out like I just took a deep dive on LumaFusion. It's not like I knew how to use it instantly. They had some good video tutorials. The folks behind, the developers behind LumaFusion are awesome. They put out tons of videos and tons of updates, and they made it very relatable for somebody who was coming from Final Cut. And so I just did it over and over and over again.
Yeah. YouTube tutorials are your friend.
It's a very rigorous endeavor indeed. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been more and more impressed with CapCut the more that I use it, and it is very robust for being a free program. I love that it has both a mobile version and a desktop version, so that you can switch in between and still be semi-familiar with both of them. So I definitely recommend that to a lot of people that don't want to learn like super heavy video editing. If you want to like dive in and really start learning something, I always, again, I love DaVinci Resolve. Again, another free application that can do anything that the big applications can do.
Sony Vegas. Is that still a thing?
I have a copy of Sony Vegas.
I edited a few
It's
videos early on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What? Caden Live? I've never heard of that game, Slayer. Is
I
it good?
haven't either.
Yeah. How do you learn how to ride a bicycle? Yep. You get on and you fall down. And then you get up and you try it again and you fall down.
You have Daddy Robux standing
Yeah.
behind you.
Watch out,
pushing you
Daddy
on.
Robux. He's going to get it. Let's see. It's a very rigorous endeavor indeed. I'm in digital arts and multimedia, so it was required, but I really enjoy it. I'll tell you what, if you want to learn something that is like a total craft that you will be like very much needed in, learn digital arts. Learn how to edit, learn how to, do photo editing, all of that stuff. And I know that, there's a lot of sentiment of like, well, AI is going to take all that away. But again, maybe start incorporating some of that stuff, start learning how to do all that stuff, because that skill is an invaluable skill, especially right now. I outsource all of my long form video to editor Matt because he's a very good editor. Not because I don't know how to edit, but because it's just, it cuts down on the amount of time that I have to spend editing, so I can then make more content. DaVinci, I haven't heard that one in a while.
I mean, I just said DaVinci, but
did you? I wasn't listening. Did you say something?
Yeah, I love DaVinci. It was right before you said Sony Vegas, so that's probably why you forgot about it.
I love Black Magic. Yeah, it's a good song. I like it. That's Santana.
They were at TwitchCon.
They were at TwitchCon,
and they had a really interesting booth. I assumed that it was going to be like very focused on their video editing suite and like, oh look, you can edit vertical videos and clips from your streams. And it was like, no, here's a $10,000 camera and how we would set it up for your professional live stream production if you want to do that. It's like,
yeah,
I think you guys
missed the mark a little bit.
Missed the memo on who was going to be here.
Yeah, it's interesting. Black Magic cameras are very nice, but also we're kind of at that point where it's sort of unnecessary.
Yeah, definitely don't need something like that, at least to get started. But
no, I mean, even on the back end, it's pretty unnecessary.
Sure.
Let's see, Black Magic. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, you want to hop over into the Discord now and
absolutely
have a little chat over there?
We can definitely do that.
I want to remind you guys that tomorrow night is Halloween, if you forgot. Tomorrow night's Halloween, and we will very likely not be live because I'll be trick-or-treating with the kids. I'll probably shoot a vlog, though, so look forward to that. I am going to move Friday night's, tomorrow night's live stream to Saturday mid-morning. Because we're going to live stream the new Fortnite season, which is The Simpsons. And that will be at, I think, 11 o'clock Pacific time. So if you want to come hang, if you miss us on Friday and you want to come hang on your Saturday morning, think of it like Saturday morning Topher Tunes. You know what I'm saying? Cartoon time. We're gonna stream live the event, if there is one on Fortnite, and the new chapter where we're gonna play a few rounds a little bit. I think it'll be fun. So no stream tomorrow night, stream on Saturday, 11 o'clock. I'll post a video about that though. I gotta get I gotta get my all-nighter in. Yeah. You know, Thunder Thighs, if you would have pulled an all-nighter last night, just saying. Thunder Thighs was the first winner for the Chromatic last night. Unfortunately, wasn't around.
Ooh.
It's all right. There's always next time.
Always next time.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Frostbit Fanatic. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're always live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, except this week we're moving Friday to Saturday. Yeah, if you are interested in SideQuest strategies, which is one-on-one coaching that Devin and I are doing, you toked an 8. Yeah, that happens. You should join the Discord server. It's right there in the chat because it's a lot of fun. And you should get your journey on with content creation. And we'll share all the stuff that we've learned over the last umpteen years of us doing it. Yes. Happy Halloween. Sure, I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point in video form. But yeah, until Saturday morning.